Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
Conor McGregor's teammate James Gallagher says that Conor McGregor has that fire back ahead of UFC 229, and he proved it when he went out and got KO'd in the first round of Bellator 204. Ricky Bandejas was 10-1 coming into that fight, and he was definitely a tough challenge. But honestly, man, I don't know how much credit I can give Ricky Bandejas, because I really think Conor McGregor won this fight. I mean, you know, I think that had a big part to do with James Gallagher losing, you know, in the fashion that he lost. He was getting clipped up, but hell, he probably came into this fight with concussion symptoms or something, I would imagine, after sparring with fucking Conor McGregor, who's preparing for the biggest fight of his life. How many lefts do you think James Gallagher, who is a submission specialist, but if he was sparring with Conor McGregor, how many lefts do you think he probably got touched with? That's all I'm asking. And preparing for this fight specifically, you got Conor back in the camp. You're trying to get some good rounds, some stand-up rounds. I'm sure you got a couple in with Conor. And you probably got touched with one or two of them deadly lefts, and that could have honestly affected you coming into this fight, which was unfortunate for James Gallagher, because I believe he was undefeated at 7-0 coming into this fight. 6 of those all first-round submissions, or not first-round submissions, but at least all submissions. Very talented submission artist coming out of SBG. He lost his first fight tonight, but I definitely think he can come back strong. He's very young in the game. Pretty brutal KO, not gonna lie, man. He got clipped up a couple times on the feet. I caught the replays right after work, which, you know, that's why this video is a little late and I wasn't able to actually cover the results right after they happened. But either way, I caught it afterward, and then whenever I went to MMAfighting.com to actually see the results, I also seen this headline: James Gallagher says Conor McGregor has that fire back, and it explained everything. You know what I'm saying? His chin was probably just a little bit deteriorated training with Conor McGregor. You could imagine getting hit with motherfucking left after haymaker from the one and only Mystic Mac. It's probably going to do a number to you. So I wish James Gallagher would have had a little more time off in between sparring with Conor McGregor before he had to take a fight. But it is what it is. That's how the game goes sometimes. Everybody loses a fight. And hopefully this is not signs of things to come for Conor McGregor, because honestly, this could very well be the exact same position he got finished in. If you think about it, if Khabib wins this fight, he's likely going to be doing some ground and pound, and if he gets the TKO, it could end up exactly like this: side control, pound, pound. That could be Conor McGregor. This could be a foreshadow of things to come at UFC 229, McGregor versus Khabib. And oh, by the way, speaking of UFC 229, McGregor versus Khabib, UFC 229 now has a second main event, and I'm not talking about the co-main event, Derek Lewis versus Alexander Volkov. I'm talking about the second main event. Sean O'Malley versus Jose Quinonez is set to open up UFC 229's pay-per-view, and dare I say, that's the people's main event. Now, I know, of course, everyone wants to see McGregor versus Khabib, but still, O'Malley versus Quinonez is definitely a must-watch. Can't wait. Sean O'Malley's returning, but not only is he returning to action at UFC 229, he will also be returning to our show live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, so make sure you tune in. Sean O'Malley's going to be on the show. You heard it here first, and if not, you heard it here second. With that being said, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video, or some of the time that I upload a new video, because YouTube's notification bell is a player hater. But this is one of the hardest working independent MMA channels on YouTube. We provide daily updates, full fight card breakdowns and predictions. We make MMA fighter freestyles, and we've already interviewed pro fighters Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Felony Charles Bennett, and Bruce Lush-Medio in just a little over a year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on YouTube. So with that being said, if you're interested in more videos like this, check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo over at patreon.com. One of the things you can see while you're over there are some of the goals of the channel, and also more free videos like this, betting advice, and more. We just launched the full-time MMA store over on teespring.com, and we've got some limited edition gear in order to celebrate that. We've got some day one Foop the Other Side shirts that are only available for a limited time. Also, you got leggings, phone cases, Don't Be a Bagel Biter, coffee mugs, and more. With that being said, you can check the links out in the description if you want to check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo or the Full-Time MMA store on Teespring. I apologize about the long outro, but a closed mouth don't get fed, so respect. Let the Full-Time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.
Da 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 da. It's the motherfucking DOG.